ShivaPurana, Rudra Samhita, Sati. He continued, at the same, I thought, and from the core of heart, the most beautiful and enchanting woman Sandhya took birth. During daytime, she grew weak and pale, and appeared quite emaciated, but during evening time, she turned into the most beautiful and gorgeous woman. Brahma slowly gave various features to creations he gave birth to with an objective, because he enjoyed the blessings of Shiva, and thus revealed one of the greatest truths of Shiva, that the Lord of Gods embodies the great gods Brahma and Vishnu. If any god works, it is the will and wish of Shiva, the great architect and designer of created beings, the three worlds, various regions and directions. He said again, O monk, the godly woman, an image of divine beauty, was Sandhya, who was engaged in the incantation of mantra. Sandhya's japa, continuous chanting of specific mantras, was regular, enjoyable, appeasing and interminable. She possessed wonderful eyebrows, terrific grandeur of beauty, and appeared to have reached zenith of marvelous splendor, and thus was capable of captivating minds of saintly men and sages even. After the creation of the most beautiful woman, the great Lord nursed other thoughts. He was worried about the art of creation and wanted perfection in every created being taking birth. Sandhya arrived, underwent severe tapa, and later on was engaged in japa, a continuous chanting of mantras. He deliberated on the entire scenario. After a thought, he resumed, after the birth of divine woman Sandhya, out of mind's thought a handsome man also took birth. He also appeared quite amazing. The central portion of the body was quite thin, but teeth looked beautiful. Different organs of the body emitted fragrance as if a carefree elephant. He had lotus-like eyes. As if a layer of kesar, a thin slender casing or layer in the innermost part of a flower that causes fragrance, emitted aroma, and therefore its sweet scent filled nose and satisfied senses immensely. When sons like Daksha saw, they were curious to know the truth, because the charismatic appearance of a strange and handsome man filled them with amazement and wonder. That wonderful man bowed head in reverence and saluted me, the Lord of Universe Brahma. He bowed, paid respects, and said, O great Brahma, what shall I do? You tell whatever I am capable of doing. O Lord of Destiny, you are the most revered and competent Purusha, man, today. This loka, world, is beautiful because of you. Sage Narada listened to Brahma, who narrated the birth of creation in a logical sequence. He reflected deeply, thought, and continued to hear Supreme Brahma. Brahma tried to answer questions the amazing man had raised, who had taken birth out of the heart of Brahma. Supreme Brahma told, O noble man, taking this image, body and 5 arrows made of flowers, you continue to enchant men and women of the world and run eternal affairs of the amazing creation. In the 3 worlds of the created beings, no god or any living being will be capable of humiliating you. Thus, Brahma assured the mysterious man of a secure life. Narada thought. Supreme Brahma said further, O noble man, you enter the hearts of living beings secretly and continue the eternal functions of the universe to comfort and delight created beings. The minds and hearts of all living beings will always become a wonderful and vulnerable target of arrows of flowers, and therefore you will continue to excite and thrill living beings. I told you what you must do as a sacred karma. You will be the father of the creation, O dear man. After mild and convincing words I spoke to the marvelous man, I settled quietly for some moments, O monk Narda. Sage Narda listened and now waited for Supreme Brahm to reveal more.